Hey bud, how you doing?
Good, Bond. How are you?
I'm doing well. Want to say thanks for having Rebel Off-Road down to your facility today.
Of course, we got a lot of stuff to show you. Let's go check out our operation.
Great. Hey Rebels, today we're down here at Method Off-Road Racing Wheels. We've got Bud joining us. Bud, tell us a little bit about the history of Method itself.
Well, Method has been around going on 4 years now. Between myself and my two other partners, we have about 75 years of aftermarket wheel experience.
So what was one of the first wheels that actually Method developed?
The first wheel we actually developed, developed a cast wheel for the desert, cast beadlock wheel for the desert, and also a forged beadlock wheel for the short course scene.
So when you guys are coming up with a wheel, how do you actually come up with the design? Is it done in-house? Is it outsourced?
All of our designs are actually done in-house. We start with a concept, and sometimes it'll take 6 to 9 months to develop that concept over time.
Now when you guys are developing a wheel, you come from the off-road desert race scene, how do you guys come about with designing a wheel?
Well, we initially start off with a concept. This concept will have a few different versions of it. From there, we play around with it, and from there we'll get samples in of these versions. We do extensive R&D on all our wheels. If it passes what we consider to be our standards of R&D, we'll put that wheel into production.
So once you guys have come up with the design, how long does it actually take to go from concept into production?
It could take anywhere from 6 months to a year, depending on how it performs in the field.
Method started off at building wheels for the off-road race industry. How does that translate into a wheel that's great for a consumer on a vehicle such as this or any of the other vehicles that are being used off-road?
Off-road desert racing is brutal on product. So we know that if it can hold up to those desert racers out there, we know it can hold up to a weekend warrior or anybody with their street vehicles.
Bud, we've been seeing the Method wheels on a lot of podium finishes in the off-road race world. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the teams that choose to run your wheels?
BJ Baldwin's one of the drivers who's been using our wheels since the first year we were around. He just recently won back-to-back Baja 1000s, both 2013 and 2012. Just recently, the Valdosla team won the 2014 San Felipe 250 on our wheels as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So in the wheel industry, you guys use the term FEA, or finite element analysis. Tell us a little bit about that and how it translates into Method.
Well, before any wheel will go to production, finite element analysis is used to find the strengths and weaknesses in a wheel design before it goes to production, so that we know it'll work from everybody, to a trophy truck driver, to a recreational user.
A lot of Rebels builds are incorporating Method wheels. I see you've got a lot of wheels inside of here. Is this the only facility you have?
We also have a facility in Temecula. That facility holds our UTV and our race wheels, both non-beadlock and beadlock race wheels. Between the two facilities, we currently have about anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 wheels at one time.
Bud, we drove down here in Rebel Off-Road's Ironman vehicle, and we're running the 101 beadlocks on here. Can you tell us about some of the other wheels that are available?
Including the 101 beadlock, we also have another beadlock called the 105. In addition to that, we have 3 UTV styles, 2 of which are beadlocks, 1 of which is a non-beadlock. And we also have 5 street styles, the 301, the 302, the 304, 305, and the 306. What
finishes are actually available on these wheels?
Right now we're seeing black wheels move a lot more than any of the other finishes. But for those that don't want full black wheels, we do offer a lot of combinations with machine finishes depending on the person's tastes.
Lately we've been installing a lot of beadlocks and non-beadlock wheels. Can you tell us really what the difference is between the two so that people know directly from the manufacturer?
The difference between the two is that a beadlock wheel has a removable ring that keeps the tire onto the bead of the wheel. The benefit of a beadlock versus a non-beadlock is that it can take much higher impact without the tire falling off the wheel, and you can also air down the tire for off-road needs.
Every Method box has got back spacing and offset listed. Can you tell us the differences between the two?
Well, the offset is measured at the center line of the wheel. The backspace is measured from the mounting surface to the inner bead of the wheel.
Take the Rebel Off-Road Ironman vehicle, for example. What does the backspacing actually do?
Well, the backspacing on this wheel is a 4.5-inch backspace. And what that does is move it in and out from the vehicle. This is important for clearing steering and suspension components.
The backspacing on a wheel is actually very important because the builds that we're doing, we're using much larger tires. It's very important to make sure that the wheel and tire combination is going to clear all the different components. The steering components, the suspension components, the body, the frame, all of those come into effect. So with all these different backspacing options, when you are building your vehicle, let us help you out. Give us a call and we'll make sure that it's set up correctly so that it clears on your particular vehicle and for your application. One of the pieces that I enjoy the most when it comes to the vehicles and their builds is, of course, the wheels. The wheels are really going to stand out, and part of that is also making them look custom. On this particular vehicle here, we've matched the wheel to the body. On some of the other vehicles, we've come up with some crazy custom colors. Even one of them was a whiskey color to match Gentleman Jack. That was a fantastic build. That's where the fun comes in for me.
We love to see a little bit of flair go onto our wheels. BJ Baldwin has been running the Monster Energy green color for years now, and a lot of our other racers as well are coming out with some very unique color schemes that really make our wheels stand out on their vehicles.
With so many different vehicles out there with different bolt patterns, how do you guys handle all of these different bolt patterns?
Well, all of our wheels come in pre-drilled to your specific application, but in the event of a customer having custom or new axles, we do have the capabilities to drill and do some machining in our Compton facility.
Right now we're in Method's war room, and there's more to a wheel than just being round. Can you tell us a little bit more about what goes into these wheels?
Well, Method's designs are clean, unique, cutting edge. We really draw our styles from the off-road industry. You're never going to see a 24-inch, 26-inch chrome Method wheel. We like to keep it clean and stylish. Another thing, you could take it from this 305 NB style wheel here. These are zinc-plated working hardware bolts. Some of our wheels have stainless steel bolts, but they're all going to be working hardware. You'll never find a plastic lip bolt or pressed-in bolt on a Method wheel. With this wheel, it does have an undercut here. This gives it the look of a beadlock wheel without having to be a beadlock wheel. This keeps costs down to the consumer over what an actual beadlock wheel would be.
And of course it makes it legal in a lot of the states where you're not allowed to run a beadlock on the street.
Exactly. This wheel came from our 105 beadlock. It was a fully engineered beadlock wheel. We decided we liked the style, and we made this wheel based on that. This wheel started as a beadlock wheel before it ever started as a non-beadlock street wheel.
So outside of the trucks and the buggies and a lot of the Jeeps that are out there, what is new and exciting coming up from Method?
Well, we recently partnered up with the Vermont Subaru Rally team, and we're making a rally wheel for them. This has been about 9 months in the making, and we're still currently doing R&D on those wheels. We've got some wins and some podiums under our belt with them, and we're excited to where that's headed.
So BJ Baldwin won the actual Baja 1000 on this particular wheel. Not everyone's so lucky to have their tires stay on all the time. Can you tell us what would have happened or what you guys have seen when he's got 30 or 40 miles to go and the tire's given out?
Well, we're seeing for the majority of time he is at least able to get to his pit to change his tire. Yeah, the wheel may not be perfectly around when he gets there, but he gets to where he needs to be and to finish the race.
For Rebel Off-Road, we really like Method wheels. They represent the company well. Customers love the look of them. But for me personally, what it really boils down to is the reliability. They're a fantastic wheel. We know they hold up for the races, but they also hold up when we're shipping the cars all over the country and to different parts of the world. It makes a difference knowing that we're sending a vehicle out there. We're not going to be having any issues with them. That's important to me.
Yeah, we love seeing our wheels on the Rebel Off-Road builds, whether it's any of the custom work you guys do on our wheels or just putting them on right out of the box. We really like to see our wheels on Rebel Off-Road vehicles.
So today we've seen about 3 or 4 different styles of wheels. There's really about 10.
So if you want to see the rest of the lineup, check out rebeloffroad.com.
But I want to say thank you from Rebel Off-Road for having us into your facility and showing us how you operate.
Thanks for coming down. It was great to see you guys. We really look forward to future projects with you guys.
Cheers. Method race wheels, and we have Bud joining us. Thanks for joining us. There you go, see that? So Rebels, today we're down here at Method Off-Road Racing, wheels. So you guys actually started off in the desert scene, correct? In the off-road scene?
This is correct.
All right,
that is right. Oh, God.
These are the 101s. Tell us about some of the other... Stop with the hammering.
That was perfect. Yeah.
Were you rolling?
Hello.